Welcome to the Chief's Garage. In this video, we're going to examine the crankshaft that we had planned to use for our Summit Soldier build. I have two crankshafts for this engine. The crankshaft that came with the car in its original 302, and I have a crankshaft from the 302 short block that I bought, which is now the 306 that's in the car. In our original thoughts and in our build for this Summit Soldier, we're going to use the original crankshaft, replace the connecting rods and the pistons, and build the 306. It would be something that was going to be very close to in look to what was in the car when it was originally purchased. Since then, I've had a closer look at the crankshafts that we have, and one of the things that we've determined is it probably can't just be polished and used. There's some areas on it that you can catch with your fingernail, and I'm thinking that possibly those are going to put us in a place where we'd have to turn the crankshaft probably 10 under in order to be able to use it. And that's what I'm going to show you here. This is what it looks like. Now this may be a little bit difficult to see, but I'll see if I can't get you guys in as close as I can and get this focused to where you can see what I'm seeing. So this is the original crankshaft that came with the car. Now this crankshaft on the left, this crankshaft was in the Facebook Marketplace engine that I bought. And it's in, decent condition, and a lot cleaner than the crankshaft that is original to the car. But they both suffer from a couple of the same things. One of them is you can catch ridges on this with your fingernail. Now, is that enough reason to condemn the crank? No, because you can actually send this out to the machine shop, and I could have, take it out to the machine shop, and I'm sure that the guys could turn this under and it would be usable. But if I take you down here on the original crank, it has a seal saver on it. Now I put this on when I freshened the engine up, redid the heads, and it's still viable. You can still use this. Just a stainless steel sleeve that goes over it and gives the surface a new surface to ride on. This, of course, does not have that. But all things being the same, that's not something that would condemn the crankshaft. When we take a look at the thrust face, and this is where your thrust bearing goes here on that number 3 journal of the main, that too just has all kinds of scratches in it, and it needs to be reconditioned. Now on this crank, it's been sitting, and I normally store my crankshafts in a tube in the upright position, and I've had this for several years. You can see it's not rusted because I wrapped all the journals with oil-soaked paper, and that's how it's stored in its upright position. But it suffers from some of the same issues, where there are places on some of the journal that you can actually grab the little grooves with your fingernail. And guys, that's what I'm trying to avoid. This is not going to be a complete stock engine, because we have plans to throw some boost at this. And when it comes to parts, I have to buy a balancer anyway, because the old balancer is not usable, and it's a 50 ounce. So I do have a flywheel, and I have a clutch. So if we were to change our minds and go with something different, if you stroke this out, you're automatically going to have to use a 28 imbalance harmonic balancer and a 28 imbalanced flywheel. So that much we're into already. I'm going to throw up a picture here that I've saved from all my calculations, and it'll show you that I had already did some math and put this on paper of what it would cost if I went with a stroked engine. And of course, the thought here is I like the 331, even though 347 gives us a little bit more displacement. The 331 has a little bit shorter stroke and a better crank angle, and I like that. If you guys can look that up, what crank angle means. But that's where we are. At the current moment, I'm thinking that we're not going to use either of these. When we put boost, and this is the probably the last engine that we're going to put into this body. I want to make sure that it's right. I don't want to break the bank doing it, but I want it to be something that for years to come would be reliable. Your rotating assembly is the foundation of your engine, and this is one of those places, guys, where you really have to get it right. So I appreciate all the comments that I've received about what everyone thought we should do with this. And at the moment, waiting for my supplier that I buy most of my things to get their SCAT 331 kits back in. And as soon as they do, I think we'll be ready for a purchase. I'm looking forward to adding some displacement to this short block, and we're still going to use the stock E7 heads. More about that to come. And so, as you can see, what we're dealing with here just puts us in a place where I'm thinking that it is better money spent for us, since we have to replace the crankshaft anyway. We're just going to go with a whole total rotating assembly. And in that, we're going to increase the displacement of the engine to 331. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Had a great time on Saturday with one of the followers and subscribers, and we got a chance to go over to his house and work on his 91 Fox body, which, guys, I just think that's a joy. But I appreciate each and every one of you who subscribe and watch the channel. As I said before, this is just my two-car garage, me having some fun out here and putting it in front of the camera. I've got some really good suggestions for guys, and shout out to all of you who said, go 347, make it bigger, make it badder, do all of those things. I appreciate those very much. So if this is content that you guys enjoy, like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. It helps with the algorithm and gets this out in front of some other people. I'm just having fun and hoping you guys are too with your build. Get out there and build something.